The first 2 weeks were actual hell. Just drill after drill after drill. Worked non-stop. 4 hours of sleep consistently. We'd work out, shower, change, clean, food, school, drills, food, drills, school, clean, food, drills, study, drills, then lights out. And repeat over and over again. This was insanely draining on people that weren't used to it. Some people definitely needed a little bit of assistance. I'm far from an outspoken person, but I'm desperate to escape, and I can't do that if people are holding the flight back. So I started helping people who were on the brink. One guy was crashing out and would cry at night. Another wasn't able to do a single push-up. Another was just struggling to keep it together. Come on, you got this. What's the point? I'm nothing. I only see darkness. I've been staring for too long into the abyss, and the abyss waits for no one. Release me! Trainee, what kind of big corner is this? Get up and do it again! Hey, yo, Ricardo, come on, man. It's not nap time! Who told you it was? Not me, not Sergeant M! Keep acting like you're not part of this fight and you won't be. Trainee, wait, where'd he go? Trainee! What are you doing, trainee? He was everywhere. He would do this thing where he would just flash step from one side of the dorm to the other side. It literally felt like he was teleporting around the room. Every few seconds, somebody new was getting jumped. Wait. Pause the video. I got an important question for you. You ever wish you could animate? Maybe you watched all these animators and thought, I could do that. And remembered it's one of the most daunting niches to get into because it'll take too long to learn. I don't have that kind of time. I've never had time for anything, let alone myself. Well, come here, let me help you out. Instead of giving into the monotony of life, I made a course that's 8 years worth of figuring it out, condensed into a 90-ish minute long class. It simplifies everything that I do down into easy to learn sections. Look, investing in your creativity is not something we are leaving for later. No more pushing your passions aside. This is yours whenever you want it to be. So let it be. Sign up now. Use that link. Now, we had 4 sergeants, okay? 2 for the brother flight, 2 for our flight. Sergeant S was a fucking demon. He was omnipresent. He emerged from the shadows, a consistent threat. If you think he's not there, it's like one of those wilderness photos. Look again, because the Bobcat is staring right at you. Sergeant L was, I'm not gonna lie, just dripping in light skin energy, dripping it everywhere. Bro took his whole uniform and tailored it to hell and back. I'm pretty sure he ironed his hats. He was a PT perfectionist. If you were falling behind on PT, he was on your head. And if you were doing well, he'd check your ego immediately. He's an antagonizer. If we're marching well, then he's on his flight for not looking as good. And if we're looking bad, brother flight halt, dismissed. Now get out the fucking way and watch my flight march. Which would get us in so much trouble. Sergeant C, not gonna lie, easily the best. He was thankfully pretty cool, but a dick from time to time. He would be like, hey, y'all know what's funny while you guys were crying your eyes out? Yes, I heard about that, trainee. 20 push-ups for crying. Anyways, while you guys were being crybabies, I spent the entire day yesterday playing Warzone. Dropped like a cool 7, like every time.
I dropped like a 20 before I got in here. I'm definitely better than you.
Guess what? 20 push-ups. Add 20 for not saying sir, trainee, dumbass, reports as ordered. Add another 20 for lying about your 20 kills. Now double it for thinking you could beat me at anything ever. Oh, look at that, trainee. You can't even do 20 push-ups. How could I ever believe that you dropped 20 kills? Sergeant M. This woman was so scary. The blood's been boiled since before we even got here. She will fry anyone and everyone if she gets the opportunity. She didn't smile for anything. She would sooner kill every single trainee in the dorm than show emotion. She had a saying for whenever we came close to breaking any of the golden rules. She would say, makes me none. AKA, I don't care if I set you all back. Take all your family time away. Expel everyone from the military entirely. Because that doesn't affect my life even a little bit. Whatever happens to you does not matter to me. Makes me none. Direct quote, by the way. She was the pinnacle of sergeants, not because of physical strength, but because of energy alone. Dangerous amount of aura. Now, let's get into it. Rules of the game. Game rules are massive because as long as we abide by these rules, these totems just don't explode. We play with these rules, they play with our lives. They're a good thing. They're things that we can control. So, it's been a couple months. I feel like we should run a refresher on these totems right quick.
The golden rules we're gonna live under that I'm going to reference as the golden totems. If they break, the repercussions would ruin our lives for the rest of this experience. Totem 1, if we mess up big, the whole flight's losing family time. Family time is probably the most important currency to all of us collectively. We get 3 days of family time at the very end after graduation, where we can leave base with the family and go kick it. No rules, no sergeants, nothing. If we lose family time, we gain a day of training. Totem 2, or rule 2, if you're too problematic, if you're reckless, if you're holding the group back physically or mentally, they can and will hold you back a week or more. You will no longer be in this flight. We were all so serious about these 2 rules from day 1. The totems were sacred, they are not to be messed with.
Okay, we caught up, we good, back to the video. There really shouldn't be an issue completing these at any time. What's crazy is how often people just said, nah. Rule 1, meet the time expectations. If they say get showered, change, clean the entire dorm room, pack your bags, stand at the front door, tell us the shortest like we're in elementary school, all in 5 minutes? I don't care how you make it happen. Make it happen. Rule 2, have what you need. Keep that ID on you. If it's not on you and the sergeant finds out, you feel me? Not good. Also, you go outside, that goes on. Easy enough. Or, yeah, so I thought. Rule 3, if we lose to our brother flight in any way, shape, or form, yeah, really not good. Again, we play the game right, we have nothing to worry about. The problem was getting people to play the game right. The fact that I had to tell another grown-ass man to clean his locker is crazy. My entire goal, my plan, my play, stay underground, go unnoticed. I don't gotta be extra. I gotta be silent, slip under the bar, don't show up on any radar. My problem was that I couldn't just let somebody slip. I'm a therapist, not professionally, but when a friend needs a vent, I'm here. Taking notes, cast me in shrinking. I wouldn't even have to act, I would just play me. Noel Miller needs to add me onto $5 therapy as a $10 premium. So when somebody needs a little help, I'm out here. Unfortunately, through all my efforts to stay undetected, my unfortunate need to help the homie out is exactly what led me to my downfall. Or my success? Promotion? Whatever you want to call it. I didn't want it. One night we started debriefing and Sergeant M introduced a new layer of the game. We needed a chain of command. She was tired of hearing from all of us and just wanted to hear from like 5. What came standard with all flights was 4 flight leads. I can't remember what they're called, but we're gonna call them the flight leads, and 1 dorm chief. So when people have questions, big or small, they just go up the chain of command. This is something I was already aware of and something I was really wanting to avoid. I'm not trying to become some role model or whatever. I want an out, honestly. That's why I'm conducting myself accordingly. I'm playing my hand perfectly. I'm helping people in silence. Your leadership team is as follows. Trainee Hollow will be your dorm chief. Trainee Stratfield, Trainee Dash, Trainee Maggiano, and Trainee Manta. Shut up! Lights out in 10. Examined 24/7. I just have to be perfect. So that's what I was. Marching, perfected. Schooling, perfected. Workouts, perfected. Everything that could be graded, which was everything, I perfected in those first 2 weeks. I learned growing up how to do this thing where I just glaze over and turn myself into a shell. I concealed every bit of my personality and locked it away. Like, not gonna lie, it's how I got through all of school, all of sports, all bosses, almost every single interaction with anybody who was an adult. It just wasn't a good space for me to just be me. I had to shut it down and play within the predetermined box that was set for me. And I did that, so at least there was one place inside of me where I could kind of be 100% me, even if it was in a cage. And that's kind of just how I operated between 7 and 22. Not the healthiest, I can't lie, but you do what you gotta do the only way you know how to, right? This basically feels like autopilot to me. No matter what's happening on the external, it doesn't affect the internal. It's a full personality lockdown. Now this weird unhealthy mode I slip into can't adjust to new things easy. If something happens out of the ordinary, I have to come back out a little bit and figure it out, which became my inevitable downfall. We woke up, worked out, showered, changed, and lined up downstairs in formation, waiting for our sergeant to come downstairs. When it came to the lineup, it was 4 leads standing in front of 4 rows of trainees, and the dorm chief stood in front of the first lead. Except this time, we didn't have our first lead and our dorm chief. And we had to do this thing where we had to line ourselves from tallest to shortest, but we couldn't do that without the commands of the dorm chief. We stood there for 45 minutes perfectly still. Breakfast is almost over. I started to come back online because my system's obviously not prepared to adjust to this abnormality. I leaned forward a little bit, looking left, questioning what could be going on. So we're half the people in the flight, but we're not gonna talk about that. This is a big no-no, but I gotta figure it out because the people behind me are whispering, and I don't really want to get in trouble because people are confused. We're all assuming that the dorm chief and trainee hollow are getting absolutely rolled upstairs. I look at Dash and he's equally as confused. We start having this mental conversation trying to figure it out, and we both come up with this realization. We both felt some weird, uncomfy energy. That same feeling that we got whenever Sergeant S was in the vicinity. We felt like we were being watched from somewhere. We stand for, I swear, another 10 minutes trying to figure out what to do, but eventually we both step forward. I step back because I'm thinking I really don't gotta be doing extra if I don't need to. Dash becomes the acting dorm chief for a total of 20 seconds, lines us up properly, and hops back in line. Not even 30 seconds later. 55 minutes! It took y'all 55 minutes to do the right thing? What are you talking about? Conversations are not to be had, especially while in formation. There should be no movements, especially while in formation. Especially from my third lead. Manta, I don't know what you think you're doing in the front of my line. You're no longer a lead. You should be blessed that you're staying in this flight. And if you even mess up one more time today, you won't be back of the line. You'll never be lead again. You're lucky we got to do today, or I'll be taking you to Chief Master Sergeant Malachi to explain why you don't belong in this fight. Tighten up. Matter of fact, you and me are gonna go talk to the chief after breakfast for walking away, because I need you to explain to him why we're keeping his chow open 50 minutes late. I'll see you after chow.